Well, there are a lot of new development ideas on the horizon for the city's north side, from the Evans-Fintube site to the Kirkpatrick Heights area.
Joining us to talk about that, as well as recent public feedback on cameras possibly going up in certain areas of the city, is Tulsa's Mayor G.T. Bynum. Good morning, Mayor Bynum.
Good morning.
Let's start on the north side with Kirkpatrick Heights and also talking about Evans-Fintube. I know there was a large meeting. Emmett Smith, that actual Emmett Smith is involved with one of the development groups. How is that going?
You know, I think it's going really well for two main reasons. One, this is a community-led process. We've assembled a leadership committee of longtime North Tulsa community leaders, former city councilors, educators, state legislators, and they are guiding the process both at the Evans-Fintube site and in the planning for the Kirkpatrick Heights and Greenwood area. And the goal for us is really to, because the city owns this land, we want to facilitate the realization of the dreams that folks in North Tulsa have for these spaces. And a key for that, and it's been so exciting to see, is that we intentionally placed the USA BMX location, their headquarters and arena, in the Evans-Fintube site, really trying to replicate what we've seen with the BOK Center, where a significant public investment was made, which then attracted far greater private investment, because all of a sudden you know you're going to have a ton of people in a given space. And BMX is going to be bringing 100,000 people a year to that site, and that has attracted some of the most exciting development ideas I've seen in Tulsa in a long time into this site that's been sitting empty for over 3 decades. And so citizens are involved in that planning process and that selection process. And I think this is going to be one of the most important things that we do as a community over the next couple of decades, what happens there in the next 12 to 24 months.
I think you hit it right on the head when you said it's citizen involved. And so that can make a huge difference for every community. Hey, I want to turn our attention and also getting feedback from the community in regards to these cameras that the Tulsa Police Department are going to be able to put up to hopefully deter crime. I know there was a gathering last night. It wasn't super well attended. Will there be others of those? And then I guess how quickly might we see some of those cameras up?
Yes, I mean, as we deploy this new technology, that's a key element of our focus. Is we don't want folks to think that the police department is putting like hidden cameras around town. That's not the goal of this. The goal is for people who live in a neighborhood, who have a business in a neighborhood, to help the Tulsa Police Department figure out where would be best for these cameras to go, to have them really well marked. And we want criminals to know they are there too. We want them to know they're on camera. That helps serve as a deterrent. And so I'm really grateful for the way Chief Franklin and his team have gone about being very open and transparent and engaging citizens in the placement of these cameras in areas of our community that have been asking for this kind of technology to be deployed. And so far, what I've heard, I mean, our greatest challenge is there's so many people around town who want this technology, and especially business owners who want this technology in their area. And we simply don't have enough resources right now to put them everywhere that people would like them to be. But that is something that we want to build out over time.
And how can the city, Mayor, how can the city get more people involved in this process at the upcoming meetings?
You know, I think the main thing is, you know, we had an initial meeting that was very well attended, and we'll continue to have other meetings as we go along neighborhood by neighborhood. And I also think that once we start to deploy these and people see the positive results that come from them, you're going to have a lot more people coming out with ideas on where they ought to be placed moving forward.
We have about 30 seconds left, Mr. Mayor. As we've kind of looked back over, I mean, where we were 2 years ago, a year ago, and now here in 2022, what's kind of your message to Tulsans?
Well, I think the remarkable thing is today, you know, Dr. Dart tells me that our COVID hospitalization rate is at 0.7%, which is the lowest it has been since the pandemic began. We want it to stay there. And the greatest message I can give people is we're there because so many Tulsans have gotten vaccinated. And I can't encourage strongly enough those who still need to get vaccinated to go out there and get that shot to protect yourselves, your family, and our community.
Mayor Bynum, thank you, as always, for your time.
Thank you.